morning YouTube. I hope you guys are well. It is now my intensity day, so we got first a 90-minute, probably 2 hours something bike ride, which we'll do on the first part of the IRONMAN East course, the big climb, and a bit afterwards as well, discover a good piece of the course. There we'll be doing 4 times 12 minutes over unders, so you go a bit over threshold under, so kind of up and down. Then we have some lunch, some break, we head to the pool, we have an easy 4.5k swim, and then in the evening we're gonna hit the threshold 6.6 times 2.5k threshold running. I'm just checking something on my bike here. There was a little noise I didn't like, so gotta check that there everything is all right. I think I know what it is with Canyon. They have those little stems in there that got loose, but when you go downhill high speeds, you don't want to hear anything rattling in the front there. So I'm gonna check that now, and then we get ready for the ride. The bike ride looks really beautiful. I had a look again. I actually rode yesterday already some part of it. Incredibly beautiful. So really beautiful bike ride. And I was actually here 2019 spectating, so I remember some sections. Even the part we ran when I did my long run, I was already actually on the bike course when it comes back from the loops. Seems very familiar because I've been riding in Switzerland for so long, so the way it works with, you know, I also lived in the mountains for a good year and worked there, and the way it works, just curving around the valleys and all this stuff, seems very familiar. There it is, the little devil. There we got the origin of the noise. You see this little metal pin there? That is just to stabilize, and doesn't, with this setup, with the new one, actually doesn't work. So I have to take it out, and then that's hopefully, pretty sure the noise gone. Hopefully. Then we had one little oopsie when we installed the tire back at home before travel, a bit rushed. This is the wrong way around. Barely makes a difference, if any, to be honest, because it should be the other way going around with Continental. It goes this way. But you know, just for comfort downhill, and just make sure that tires are 100% with grip and all that. You don't know how they're designed those. Just gonna quickly change those on, turn this around. Tire is all switched around. It's good to practice that because it's a bit of a pain with some carbon tires to get them on and off. And in the race, obviously, if it should happen, not easy to do. Just to be a bit patient. I feel so much better with this one. This is a 28mm back tire, and you see all the Pro Tour guys in general, they go wider and wider. 30mm width of the tire is quite common, but yeah, first for rolling resistance and speed, but to be honest, for comfort, and of course that's the main one as well for riding. So if you're a beginner rider or in general just starting out, get yourself a real wide tire, like get the 30mm ones for front and back, check that it fits with your tire, but most likely it will. The amount of comfort you have with handling is not even the same sport versus, like, I remember when I started Ironman, Schwalbe made this Ironman tire 19mm width and like 12 bars you had to put on there. This is the fastest way. I don't know who on earth measured that in some kind of physics lab, because they obviously came up with the data somewhere and now they go the complete other way. Imagine that back then was like, yeah, 12 bar, man. 12 bars, the way to go. And now they put like 5 and more width. I wonder if in 10 years it changes again. So that's why you can't take everything too serious always. What's going on and says this is the gold standard. Well, 10 years later, it's laughed about. So, so this one is actually boiled water from the pot. I didn't want to use warm water from the tap. I don't necessarily trust it. So this is now hot water because I'm doing a high concentrate. I'm practicing as well. So this is going to be 150 grams in one bottle. So one of those Omada spoons is 30. This is the neutral, there we go. So one I take with taste, 1 or 2 with elderflower. The rest is the neutral one because it's just too much taste. It doesn't make a difference for the gut taste, or maybe for taste bust a little bit. So I take 60 grams with taste. And I take hot water because that's what they told me as well from Mara. Works with any sport drink, I assume. Or it does. That the electrolytes and everything mixes better. Because if you take cold water, mixing 150 grams in one bottle or even like 100 is probably a bit more difficult, then you get those lumps. But this one, if you shake it well, smooth as butter. Now we got 60, let's 90, it's 5 spoons, pretty simple, 5 times 3. 4. So this will be my carb bottle. As what been raised. Today is a good day to do it because the body has a demand, right? Because of the intensity, it will easily suck down the carbs. If you try high carb on like easy riding, your gut's not gonna be happy with this. The demand is there and your body is like, yo. Then I also take a gel. This has, with the plus, is always with caffeine. So if I need a little bit of caffeine boost. But the ride, except for the hard intervals, it's not gonna be super long, 2 hours max. I have to stop it at some point because I have other sessions today. Then what I do with my race bottles usually, and why not practice it now, I tape the edge of this one. So why I do this? First, it can't leak. If it should leak, but normally it doesn't. But if you drop your bottle on the ground, often the lid breaks up, if that happened to you. So this way, if it should fall off, and you obviously should stop unless you're, I don't know, some crazy high speeds. It's always worth to stop. Even if you lose a minute, it's not as bad as trying to mess then with on-course nutrition and put it together. So this way, you have a bit of extra safety net, very simple. Okay, bottle number 1 is here. Then here, as I would have it in a race, this is actually just water. Looking back now, I should have done the carbs in there. And yeah, computer, the bike course is under the route, I can just follow it. And yeah, one more coffee and then we go. Big shout out to Fusion for this kit, really like it. It ticks all the boxes for me because it has the visibility. They have some campaign as well that they save on the road or something, so that's exactly right up my alley. Safety on the road, very important. Very, very important. I know orthopedic surgeons in 2 or 3 countries, and if you would see what they see on a daily basis with cyclists and motorcyclists, you would consider. So the only thing we got as cyclists is visibility, a helmet, that's it. Good functioning bike, like brakes and stuff, but that's it. So I got my LED lights on again, and I charged them, charged the helmet, and visibility. So I noticed as well, like, when you're really visible, you probably notice as well, depending what you wear, cars react differently to you. So this one is really nice, really bright. Also perfect for this weather because it's a little bit chilly, windy, not too warm. Has 3 big pockets. And especially what I wanted, I also talked with them because sometimes the cycle pants, the normal ones that are made for road cycling, they don't work for time trial position because they have too much padding. So this one is actually just the exact one I have in my triathlon fusion suit. It's triathlon shorts. And exactly same padding, so this is just literally shorts, right? So absolutely perfect, exactly same as my race suit. And let's get going. As you can see, I just wrap it around here. It has to be quite at the back so the shoe doesn't hit it, and put it on the side that the cars are. So this one is really stable, lasts really long. And then I got one in the front here. That's a big boy next to my other one, and that has several as well. Whew, this light one doesn't last so long, so I used some other one. Out we go. So we're first gonna be riding a bit along the promenade, just out. It's not a big training, it's just get to the start of the climb, and then you have like a first part of the climb and a second one. And the first one I just probably use as warm-up. Because you gotta activate the legs a bit. And then we go into the 12-minute interval. I got 4 of those. So the first one, it's 2 minutes under threshold and 1 minute over. What's the order? Wait a second here. Yeah, it is like this. So, since it's not a erg mode trainer, first one for sure north of 400 watts, the over threshold, just really drill it, and then the other one for sure over 300. So I have like a 3-second average power with this power meter. Yeah, main thing is really to grill the legs a bit, but still control it. What got me to this level is controlling, always controlling. I'm getting more excited about everything, obviously, with the race season coming, but still, I got a threshold run in the evening and all this other stuff coming, so some control is always good, but on the other hand, you know, in the race it doesn't say, oh, 400 watts, 400 watts. In the race it's, there's the group, there's the wheel, go. So if other people at this point, good cyclists my weight, they have 400 watts as their threshold, 420, and that is more like my VO2 max at this point. So, but I'll get there. I'll get my threshold to way north of 400 watts. You will see. You just have to keep watching this channel. It's gonna be ridiculous. Just keep doing what I'm doing here. Stack the workouts. It's gonna be beautiful. All right, guys. See you later. All right, off we go. Still gotta put my Christmas tree on next to this. Where we go? Is it blinking? Yeah. Can always check in the reflection of my back computer if it's on. After like, yeah, this one is also getting a bit older, but it lasts a good 3 hours of this, and especially the back. Look at it. And it's aero death. If you go down, it's like angle up like a tent. So, but yeah, it's not about being fast in training. It's about training. All right, I'm gonna pack you in my back pocket now, and then we're doing a little ride. Look how sporty they are here. Somebody's cranking out push-ups. Really sporty town. Love it. Good vibes. So this is actually the part where it kind of turns around and goes up north. If you remember, I've been running across this bridge in the river. This is here. I was here actually 219 watching. This is the corner where they come up and come back as well. So we're gonna head out here to left, north. Oh, exciting, yeah? Exciting. All right, guys, we arrived at the first sort of uphill after the flat part. Really nice, because you hear all those parts in theory, probably like you guys, like, hey, first 10K flat or whatever. I skipped the part from east, of course, but this is it. This is the World Champ course, right? That kind of feels really cool, right? You know, this is where you can become world champion on this asphalt here. It's a bit like Kona, it has some mystique to it. If you're, a fan of the sport, this is like, I believe actually this one is also a Tour de France style race. And I remember 219 live coverage when Alistair Brownie was hammering up this hill. I remember that exactly. Do you guys remember this one? I remember it. So, all right, I'm gonna warm up a bit and then we head into the intervals. Set number done is done. Bloody hell. I think I'm gonna scrap the set structure with these 2 minutes here, 1 minute there, because the terrain gives you the intervals. Fact is, with my gearing 42 in the front, do I have 25 in the back? I think I might have 25, I have to check, because I definitely could need another gear. Because fact is, just to get up those ramps, some of them are very steep, short, 420 watts, just to get up, If that's your threshold, no biggie. In fact, there needs to be a threshold, because if you do those kind of stingers, VO2 max and IRONMAN, well, you enjoy your run, because you're not going to be running, you're going to be shuffling best case. Very honest course, love it. Such a great course. Obviously, physics, like if you're heavier, you're always going to be at a disadvantage. But I think it's fair, I think it's fair play, because
I mean, if you look at Sam Laidlaw, who won, he was also 79. And he did tremendous, and even Magnus, it's like 83 or something kilograms, and they still all have the fastest bike splits. I think it's fair because Kona is a power course. So actually, although I'm the biggest Kona fan on planet Earth, this is a great World Champs course for sure. So very honest. Yeah, I'm gonna be spinning around a bit more and then just go with the terrain. If there's a short steep ramp, that means I push for this 1 minute north of 400, which is easily gonna be, and the rest I just keep it over 300 to have these alternating things, and the terrain kind of dictates. Oh, check it out, got a lot of people coming. Terrain dictates then my interval structure. More hills, more 400 watts. Let's go! Rep number 2 is done. Beautiful. I mean, this course is obviously uphill, but it's, don't underestimate, it's pretty fast even in uphills because the gradients are not all steep. And with a TT bike and like going 350 to 400 watts uphill, oh sorry, you're flying uphill. I didn't see my speeds, but I don't know, 35k an hour uphill for sure, way north of 30. Didn't check the speeds, but fast, nice gradients, super fun. Oh my god, this is so much more fun than doing it on my trainer indoors. Holy, but this is what you train for. Like, if you're training indoors right now, this is why you do it. And I can promise you, I did all this stuff indoors. I feel like a different human, so strong, like it does make you strong. It's not the most fun always indoors, but just think about those moments. I can just confirm it for you. If you're doing it indoor right now, when you're outside, you will feel like me right now, just like, yes, the work, all the grind on the indoor riding did pay off. You're strong, aerobically fit, the muscles are great in aero position because you force yourself on the indoor trainer in the aero position, although you don't want to. It will all pay off. Check it out. All right, I got 2 more sets of this. Beauty. I did it. 3 sets at least. Oh my god. We are somewhere up. Beautiful still. Not a lot of cars. Really nice. Alright. A bit more easy spinning. Is this snow on top? No. It just looks. Don't be so sure. There's something there that's white. I'll find out soon. I can check, I don't know how much longer the climb is. If I got 1 more interval. We are not on the course anymore. Turn to turn back. But it was great for this interval. Missed the turn there in the city, but it was in my interval. So gonna ride a bit down and then head back towards the course. Wow, huh? Who wants it? Come on, who wants it? I'm finishing up the last bit here, my interval section. You learn a lot about your body and your legs in these sessions. You can kind of learn between 300 and 330 watts. I feel very comfortable and I recover quickly from hard efforts. Over 400, it hurts. It hurts. So it's good. Yeah, you learn what works, what doesn't. The speeds are high, the vibes are high, living the dream. And the 1 minuters I basically just pushed as hard as I could, all in aero, all the sets. Although in the race you would do it sitting up here, but I need to hit very strong an aero position. So yeah, I'll be stopping in a really cute place where I wanted to stop last time already. Maybe you saw it in yesterday's video. We'll stop there, have a coffee, enjoy life and be proud of the work I just did. So I really nailed this session, ripped the legs off in a good way, in a healthy way that makes me stronger. Bonjour guys, we are in some small village here on the course, which I wanted to stop yesterday to check what the name is. It's really cute. If you're in the area, you should definitely visit this one. This is like really special. You can tell, like, has some nice trees. I can show you in a bit. And a kissing man and woman, you can see there. It's a statue, not anything else, not creepy. All right, here, so we are Tourette-sur-Loup. Yeah, that is actually the center of Tourette-sur-Loup. So yeah, that's where the course goes through, and we can stop in the race. Well, hopefully I can stop in the race. I have to qualify first, which is not in my hands, really. I can just do the best I can, train as hard as I can, recover as well as I can. It gives a certain freedom, but it's a double-edged sword. You can also be easily content, which is the death of all athletes. So I'm gonna grab a coffee and maybe some chocolat, pain de chocolat. Huh? One learning already from this course, it's a bit bumpy. This one doesn't hold, so it's very easy to fix. I will somehow tape it or whatever, I'll find a solution. So this one, of course, is gonna stay the whole race there. So I'm gonna find a way to, easiest way is just tape it probably here around the whole thing, because it doesn't have to be changed. Otherwise, spot on. Kissing man and woman. I didn't talk about anything creepy. Here, Venus and Mars. No shit. Okay. We got the whole shebang here. Cappuccino, beautiful, and Coke. My legs are shattered. Beautiful. Bit of energy and then we roll home. I'm curious now actually. So in the front, I got 56.43. What is my rear cassette? I think it's a 25. Wait. How do we get here? Nope, 28. 10:28. So for this one, I could do probably with a 30 for the steep hills. Yeah. Of course you do get up the hills with the 28 as well, but you have to run a marathon after. And if you do a lot of those grindy ones, like grind it up, like through sheer force, that really puts your run backs away. So I gotta check. There's a 30 for the back. For Austria, to see, I think there should be fine. It's not like an alpine course like this one. Alpine is a big word, but you know what I mean. I think with that one, I'm pretty sure fine with this setup here. All right, beautiful, huh? On the way back. Well, scratch that 30 rear cassette. I just had a quick look. Late low when he won, he rode the Shimano though. I have SRAM, it's a bit different.
And again, he has a different pair of legs than I do right now at this point. And he had a 58.44 in the front and the 11.34 cassette in the back. So he also knew the value of spinning up those legs, not grinding. Although he could, of course, also get up with different cassettes. So I'll check my cassette choices with SRAM. I think they'll go up to 32. So for sure 32. Then you have enough gearings for the flat sections in the middle still. And yeah, then a lot better. Like to do it again. Good learnings, you know, only those things you only know when you're on the course. Theory is nice, practice looks different. Here we are, by the way, at the steep part. Probably doesn't look as impressive, but I'm having a hard time standing here like this, so put the brakes on. So this one, you need some good gearing if you're doing this race, so otherwise it will zap the legs pretty nicely when you start. And there's a long way to go and a marathon to come, so yeah, this is probably to start the attacks come. But everybody's fresh at the beginning of the race, everybody can drill up this. You're not gonna make a difference here. But of course, a good point to get away. If you're very strong and you stay in your threshold, maybe a bit over. And here it's kind of like, yeah, if your threshold is very high, you're not gonna hurt a lot and you can push. Here it really comes down to who has done the work, who is the strong cyclist. That's why I think this is a fair race. If you're a strong cyclist and swim, bike, runner, you can do really well here. So I think it's great. So great for the sport. Ooh, let's roll home. Made it home. There's my road. Alright guys, afternoon, on the way to the pool now. I got a 4.5k swim. The transition times and everything in between is always quite long. You have a 1k to the station where I'm right now going, and the trains leave at a certain time, so you have to catch it. And if you don't catch it, you're unlucky, you have to wait half an hour. So yeah, it's all very, very inefficient in terms of around. But I want to swim in that pool, so I could go to some small 25 meter indoor one, which is probably not very good for actual swimming. So yeah, the quality of the swim is worse, but I might save some time around. But yeah, it's a training camp, but this setup no way it's maintainable for long term. For a camp it's good, but long term zero chance. I mean, I'm also riding longer, so it takes longer that, and general outdoors, you get out the city and just a few things, a lot of new stimulus as well. Kind of figuring everything out, even diet or like having to buy water. It's just a lot of new things which you add on top. And even if I would say, okay, I'm living here right now, after a month or two, you definitely get the rhythm better of it, right? But there's zero time outside of training. I may edit a video, have a 20-minute nap, eat, cook in the evening, half an hour or whatever, and eyes closed. Today it's gonna be a bit of an evening shift again with the run after. I might have a snack with, so I at least can digest a bit on the way back after the swim. And then we hit the run and pretend like we didn't rip the legs off already this morning and just keep running as if we didn't. Yeah, part of this journey, the way I structured it as well, with going all in and not having part-time job and everything. One consequence is obviously, even if you have some income at the side, it's not going to be the income that it's gonna, you know, like super flourish everything. Just rent a car here, another $2,000 a week, all those things. I knew before, okay, if you're going into this, you have to, or when you're going into this, when I made the call, okay, everything that isn't related to triathlon and needed for performance, running shoes and all these things that I'm not gonna save on those, I can't. It's gonna make me injured in running and set me back. But everything else has to be dialed to a minimum, meaning I worked my ass off before with studying and work life to get, let's say, a higher percentage of society, whatever you wanna say. And then I was like, goodbye, throw it back to student life, or even below, I would say. I don't know. But yeah, if you're not willing to take that step and leave that comfort zone and Netflix or whatever you want to call all those things, I don't need it. It's not needed for this journey. Does it annoy me? Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if you had it before and then you take it away again. But yeah, this is all part of this journey. If you want to stay in your comfort zone, well then wave your dream goodbye, because this is going to take every piece of your soul if you want to have a shot at of achieving the dream of becoming world champ. Otherwise, zero shot, zero chance. The 50 long course is closed today, so we're swimming the short course meters over there, which is fun. Look forward to it. Our own lane, I can see it already. Will be fun. Gonna enjoy it.
Something bad enough, you can't let anybody tell you can't do something. I'll repeat that. If you want something bad enough, you can't let anybody tell you can't do something, not even yourself.
It is 8 p.m. Almost home, and then we're gonna head to the track. It's almost a 20k run set. Would I like to finish earlier? Sure. But this is what it takes under these circumstances and travel at all. It's okay, I'm still gonna get my sleep in. I'm still gonna get my food in. That's all that matters in this journey. And yeah, it takes everything. It takes every single thing. But that's what I wanted, right? I really enjoy, although it's challenging, I really enjoy being 100% in on something, on one thing. Full focus, all in. I get a lot of satisfaction of that, and I get a lot of satisfaction from the struggle, to be honest. When something's going really great, and like you're winning, or you're doing, like, you achieved the pinnacle of something. And I know some people will take it wrong, but I have been winning in several areas of my life. I know what it is to be number one in, let's say, study or sports or different areas. Not in pro sports, obviously, not in pro triathlon, but I know how to get there. I know what it takes, and it takes everything. And balance is important for a lot of people, and there is parts for balance, even this, obviously you gotta recover, blah, blah, blah. But if you wanna have the top, if you wanna do absolute best, more than even your own brain can fabricate, if you want that, you gotta give it everything. It's gonna take every single thing, and it's probably gonna take longer than you think it will take. But then, once you achieve it, once it will happen, and it will happen, the part where you think, maybe it doesn't, that's for other people to think. That's not for you and me. If you're listening, you know you can do it, and there will be points where, like, is it maybe possible, or maybe I should downgrade my goal, maybe I can't, no. Cut that voice out. That voice is for other people, that's not for us. We can do it. We can pull it off. If you stay focused on the path, you will achieve. You can achieve absolutely everything. Not achieving my goal doesn't even fabricate in my brain 1 second. All right, 8:30 p.m. We're heading down to the promenade. I'll do it there. It's like a 20-minute something warm-up. late at night, running, getting my threshold session in, built the fitness up to have 15k of threshold running, and next week's 18 coming. Living the dream. I'm training as if I got second at World Champs last time and got only one spot to go. I treat each day like that, because you could say, just chill, you know, it's so far away and like you blah blah. Yeah, if you treat it that way, it's always gonna stay far away from you. I treat it as if I'm like one race away, one decision away. You have to treat it like that every single day. 100% focus, not 100% all out in training, because that doesn't work. But mentally, nothing stops you from being 100%. Be all in. It's gonna happen. Sure, might get disappointed, but at least you can sleep well and say, well, you didn't chicken out. You gave it your all. What do you got to lose? You gave it your all. And I'm giving my all every single session. And I'm saying it more often to me now. It's like, man, you're doing your absolute best. Doing your absolute best. What more can you do? And you gotta be honest, because sometimes, is that really your best? You gotta ask yourself, are you really just saying this? Or is it your best? Most times, I double check, I'm giving my best. Alright, warm-up is done. It's one way is up, one way is down. This is as good as it gets. It's like 1k something. I have to figure it out. I'll run 2.5k, whatever it is then. There's two parts where kind of cars can come out, but it's still better on the other side where the promenade is and there's dogs and people jumping. That's like a hamstring tear. So this is more unpredictable than the other one. So, all right, let's go. Nobody cares. I care. Let's go. Meters.
1.5. Okay. Today is gonna be a dog fight. Oh yeah, me and myself. Camera lady is doing a 1 more rep with us, and then she goes to help with cooking, luckily, so I can eat right away. That is huge. So 1 more on the way back, and then I'm only halfway. Mind-boggling, but you gotta bring it to small steps. My body can do it. We made a good plan. Now it's time to raw dog it out. It's no joke, this stuff. So, gotta stay focused. Normally I go by time, but now I go by distance, which is a bit confusing for the brain, because I only have lap distance, pace and heart rate. All right, music on. Let's go. The heart rate is okay, but the legs are operating with what they got. So this is what I got. Oh, this sucks, but this is gonna do it. This is gonna do it. Okay. Alright, camera lady heads out. I got 40 more seconds of freedom. And then I go back this way. 2.5K. Again, rest. Back. Then I'm here. And then I head towards home. And then maybe a few seconds cool down to check how much I have to 20K. Wish me luck. The business end starts. Endurance sports. Got some nice beats. I'm gonna enjoy it. Stay positive. Very important. Positive, come on. All right, see ya.